Hey, good morning guys, how you all doing out there? Today we're going to be looking at the Mooer Black Truck. It's a fly rig, pretty much like the Mooer Red Truck that we reviewed, but this is the sort of heavy metal version of it, and I'll be going into detail on the sounds and what you can do with it. So I hope this is going to be informative for you and give you some idea about whether or not to buy it. So Mooer Black Truck. Okay guys, so here's a close-up of the Mooer Black Truck, and it's got a very nice clean looking interface. I'm not quite sure how this would look under concert lighting. That's another deal altogether, but things do light up when you access them, so you know which pedals you've got, but whether or not you can see well enough in the dark, I don't know. But anyway, going left to right, we've got tap tempo. Now you can assign the tap tempo using either 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. Now what I mean by that is if you hit 1 and 2 together, you can use the tap tempo for the delay section. If you hit 2 and 3, you can use the tap tempo for the modulation. If you hit 3 and 4, the tap tempo will work for the modulation and the delay, so you'll have them in time with each other. So nice little feature. Press and hold and you get the tuner, which I've checked out and it works very well. Now this is my clean sound. I'm using a separate speaker simulation. I'm not using the onboard one because I just want to give a very clear picture of the effects. So if we turn the space section on, you've got the option to have delay and reverb together, just reverb or just delay, and that's pretty self-explanatory. But like I said, you can tap in for the delay setting there. You've got level feedback and time, which is self-explanatory. For the reverb only, you've got mix and you've got decay. So again, pretty self-explanatory. I probably have it somewhere there, and again you can tap it. So that's that. Then you've got your modulation. Now we don't have a chorus on here, which is interesting. We have flanger, tremolo and phaser, but funnily enough you can get sort of chorusy sounds with the flanger. This big black knob here, this controls the speed, so the more clockwise you set it, the faster it goes, as you can see. So you've got a very sort of flangy setting, tremolo again. Now if we press the 2 and 3 together, that means the tap now will work on the tremolo, and you can really add some real sort of machine gun sounds here, and you can adjust the rate here as well if you so wish. And then finally the phaser. We'll try that out with some distortion in a moment. You've got EQ here, which for my mind I'd probably use this as a boost, and it's best to use it on the post rather than pre. The pre doesn't really do an awful lot for me. You can boost the level nicely, but for me I think the post works a little bit better than the pre. Now let's get to the fun stuff, the high gain. Volume tone tweak. Still not sure exactly what the tweak does, but you've got a good amount of gain there. You've got a noise gate, and you can hear that cutting in and out there quite and you've also got a mid shift. So if you want to scoop the mids, press that down and then so that phaser works quite nicely with that. So that's your high gain, and then on this section here you've got a compressor which you can turn on. You don't have a foot switch for it, it's either on or off. So that's quite a nice compressor, I must say, but a bit of a bind that you can't turn this off and on, unfortunately. And then you've got an overdrive. Just to crunch things up a little bit, so that's run through. That's you know, we've had a run through all the sounds. Now, one other thing you can do with this, which is great, is you can do something called a preset. Now, if you're happy with the sounds that you have here, which I would say that we are, we can store this under one of the 5 buttons here. So let's say, for instance, we want to save under number 3. So what I would do now, I hope this works, is press and hold number 3. And you'll see that the light flashes. Now, what that's done is it's stored it under number 3, but right now we're in manual mode. So what you need to do is you need to go into preset mode, and now when we press 3, that's stored that sound for us there. So you've got a very workable 5 patches there in order to do a gig, and then if you need to, you can go into manual mode. But I think it's quite a nice little pedal. Got some very usable sounds. I think I kind of like it more than the Red Truck actually, because of the high gain. I think that gives you a really good option. Anyway, let's have a review to camera. Cheers. Hey guys, wrap up on the Mooer Black Truck. Firstly, thank you to Jakob at 4Sound for loaning this to me to review, and I suggest you go to 4Sound to buy all your products because they're a great store if you're in Scandinavia, particularly Esbjerg in Denmark. I really like this pedal. I think it's wonderful. You've got some really good features here. Standard 9V. You've got a phone jack out, which will give you speaker simulation. You've got stereo outputs. You've got an FX loop, which is very handy, so you can place some other pedals in your chain. You've got presets. You've got incredible range of modulation, and you've got overdrive and compression. My only little dark spot is that the compression you can't have as a separate foot switch, but you know, that's just a small little detail. I think it looks great. I'd like to know what this looks like under concert lighting. Maybe it will sort of light up like a Christmas tree, and it'll be absolutely fine. So that's the Mooer Black Truck. I hope this has been informative to you. Please send through any questions or comments. Always glad to hear what you've got to say. Okay guys, have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.